President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has ratified amendments to Egypt's old rent law, which changes set to take effect from the next rent payment cycle. The new law introduces phased rent hikes based on location, with premium areas seeing rent rise to 20 times the current rate, minimum 1,000 Egyptian pounds, and economic zones to 10 times minimum 400 Egyptian pounds or 250 Egyptian pounds. For non-residential units, rents will immediately rise to 5 times the current rate, with a 15% annual increase. Residential contracts will phase out over 7 years, while commercial leases end in 5, gradually aligning with market rates. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has cast his vote in the 2025 Senate elections at a polling station in Heliopolis, Cairo, as voting kicked off across the country. The two-day election sees 424 candidates competing for 200 of the 300 Senate seats, 100 through individual races and 100 through party lists. The remaining 100 members will be appointed by the president. Polling stations opened at 9 a.m., with authorities implementing measures to ensure smooth and accessible voting nationwide. The election is organized by Egypt's National Election Authority and relevant institutions. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has voted in the 2025 Senate elections at the Egyptian Japanese School in Sheikh Zayed, Giza. He urged citizens to participate, emphasizing voting as a constitutional right and national duty. Madbouli praised the government's efforts to ensure a safe, organized election and commended the National Election Authority for facilitating a transparent voting process nationwide. Interior Minister Mahmoud Tawfiq has cast his vote in the Senate election, stating that the ministry is in a state of maximum alert to ensure voter safety and a smooth electoral process across the country. He confirmed that all governorates remain stable and that the elections are proceeding in an orderly and secure environment. Ongoing voter turnout continues at 8,286 polling stations nationwide for Egypt's 2025 Senate elections, with voting open until 9 p.m. Ahmed bin Dari, the executive director of the National Election Authority, confirmed close monitoring of the election process following the day's break. The elections run on August the 4th and the 5th, featuring 428 candidates competing for 100 individual seats alongside the National for Egypt list vying for 100 proportional representation seats. About 63 million voters are registered across 8,286 polling sites, supervised by 9,500 judges, with 2,500 female judges overseeing elections outside their home districts. Election coverage is approved for 18 embassies, 9 international bodies, 58 local organizations, and 230 media outlets. The National Election Authority has confirmed that polling stations for Egypt's Senate elections opened promptly at 9 a.m. to welcome voters. Ahmed bin Dari, the executive director of the authority, said that delays affected only a small number of stations, mostly under 5 per governorate, and were caused by supervisors unfamiliar with their polling locations or local congestion. Through video calls with regional monitoring heads and polling station chiefs, bin Dari confirmed that voting proceeded smoothly nationwide, with voters arriving steadily and no major logistical issues reported. Egyptians turned out in large numbers to vote in the 2025 Senate elections, with long queues reported across polling stations nationwide. Officials praised the smooth and organized process, with sunshades and accessibility measures for elderly and disabled voters. Cairo, which has over 8 million eligible voters, witnessed particularly strong participation. A total of 424 candidates are contesting 200 seats, 100 through individual races and 100 through party lists, while another 100 members will be appointed by the president. The National Election Authority confirmed that over 69 million Egyptians are eligible to vote, with 25,000 local and international observers monitoring the process. The Arab Organization for Human Rights is monitoring the main voting round of Egypt's Senate elections, scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. By Sunday morning, 32 of the 55 authorized observers from the organization have gathered in Cairo. They will monitor voting in selected governorates across Greater Cairo, the Suez Canal, and Central Delta regions. The organization has set up an operations room to track observer teams, receive information and complaints, liaise with the National Election Authority, and issue reports on the Senate elections.